Alright guys, we're going to try something a little different. I'm going to shoot this video for you guys and you guys are going to take notes on it. Go ahead and take your time doing this. You can pause, stop, go back, watch it over and over and over. Nonetheless, this is called splitting the middle, and you do it when you're dealing with quadratics. This is a factoring technique. So I'm going to move this up right now, okay? And what I want you guys to do is pause the video and write down these steps. This is our strategy for how we are going to split the middle. It starts by multiplying a and c, so the first term with the x squared and the constant over here. And then we're going to play the game. There's just a little twist on the game. Instead of doing the number that multiplies to the last number, we're now looking at the multiplication of a and c. Okay, so the answer here becomes what we're trying to create two numbers to do a product to. Those two numbers still have to add to b, our middle term. And then we're going to do a thing called split the middle. I'll show you that. Then you factor, and then you rebuild. Okay. The best way to do this is to see it through example, so I'm going to start doing some examples for you. All right, here's our first example. We have ax squared plus bx plus c. This time we're calling it 6x squared plus 5x plus 1. The first step says we have to multiply a and c. So if we're going to multiply a and c, what it's saying is multiply 6 and 1. And we get an answer of 6. Okay, next we play the game. So now when we play the game, it's the multiplication that it's equal to this number here, 6. And those two numbers still have to add to our middle term, which was 5. Alright, we're looking for two numbers that are going to match our game here. So they need to multiply to 6 and they need to add to 5. The two numbers that come to mind are 3 and 2 and 3 and 2. Okay, the next step is called splitting the middle. What we're going to do is we're going to take these two numbers that we found and we're going to go 6x squared plus, and this is where our numbers come in, instead of doing 5x, what we're going to do is we're going to rename 5x by saying 3x plus 2x, and then we still have our plus 1. Okay? Again, what we've done is we've split the middle. Instead of calling this 5x anymore, we're going to disguise it, and we're going to call it 3x plus 2x. We haven't changed the value of the middle term. Okay? We've just split it into two different numbers, but the quantity is still the same. 3 and 2 still equals 5. Now, we kind of just take a line and we drop it down the middle. Again, it's called splitting the middle. Okay, and now we're going to look at what can I take out of here? Okay, what can I factor out? And then what can I factor out of this side? So I'm dealing with two different sides. If I look at this first one, it looks like I can pull out a factor of 3x. Okay, but what's left in there stays in the parentheses. So if I pulled out a 3x, I'm still going to have a 2x plus 1. Over on this side, what can I pull out? Well, it doesn't look like I can pull out anything. When that happens, what we do is we say that we've pulled out a 1. What's left in the parentheses? We still have a 2x plus 1. At this point, step 4, you have a chance to check yourself. The things inside of the parentheses have to be the same. Okay, they have to be the same. If they're not the same, you've made a mistake somewhere. Maybe you flipped a negative, maybe you didn't pull out enough stuff, but nonetheless, you have to have the same stuff inside of the parentheses. The last step is rebuild. By rebuild, what you do is you take one of the things in the parentheses, and you write it down, 2x plus 1, and then what you do is you go grab the pieces that were outside of the parentheses, and you make them into their own set of parentheses. So now this is going to be 3x plus 1. Once we've done this, we are done. This is our answer. We have factored the polynomial by splitting the middle. If we want to check our answer, we can use that nasty F word to multiply all this, and we should get 6x squared plus 5x plus 1 back. All right, let's go ahead and do another one. We have 4x squared minus 8x plus 3 here. Again, first step is we are going to multiply a and c. So we're going to do a multiplication of 4 and 3. This gives us an answer of 12. Now we're going to play the game where this 12 becomes the number we're trying to multiply to, and the same two numbers need to add to our b, which is negative 8. Okay, the two numbers that come to mind for me are, well, I haven't thought about this yet, so let me think. All right, I see negative 6 and negative 2 will give me a positive 12 via multiplication, and negative 6 and negative 2 will give me an addition of negative 8. Now it is time for me to split the middle. Okay, we're going to say that this is 4x squared minus, let's go 6x minus 2x and plus our c out there is 3. Okay, I have now split the middle. Again, all I've done is I've renamed negative 8x as a value of negative 6x minus 2x. I haven't changed the quantity at all. I'm going to take a line. I'm going to draw it down the middle. Again, continuing to split the middle. Now I'm going to look at this first half. What can I pull out of here? It looks like I have a value of 2 that can come out and a value of x. When that happens, what's left in the parentheses? There's going to be a 2x minus 3 left. Over here, what can I pull out? Well, again, it looks like I'm kind of in one of those situations where all I can pull out is a 1. However, I have a negative here this time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out a negative 1. If I pulled out a negative 1, it means that I'm going to have a positive 2x minus 3. Okay? I can check my parentheses. They're the same, so I'm good to go. So now all I got to do is rebuild, where I'm going to take one idea from the parentheses that are already there, and I'm going to rebuild using the pieces outside of the parentheses to give me a 2x minus 1. From here, I have done my factoring. I have factored out using splitting the middle. Again, if I were to FOIL this, I can't believe I just said that, you're going to get this back. Okay, we're going to do one more here. This time the quadratic is called negative 6x squared minus 25x minus 25. The first thing it says to do in our strategy is to multiply a and c, the first and the last term. This is going to be negative 6 times negative 25, which is going to give you a positive 150. Okay. We now need to find two numbers that multiply to 150 and add to negative 25. I've been doing a lot of these, and I'm very experienced with it. So don't be scared that I'm doing this so quickly when I think of this. This is going to be one of the harder parts. Is you have to think about which numbers are going to work. These numbers are going to be negative 15 and negative 10. Negative 15 and negative 10. We've now come to the spot where we want to split the middle. So we're going to do negative 6 x squared minus 15x minus 10x minus 25. Take a nice little line, split the middle. Now let's see, what can I pull out over on this side? Oh, my x's should be black. There we go. It looks like I can take out some quantity of negative 3. So let's go ahead and pull out negative 3x. What's left inside? Well, we'll have a 2x. 3 times what is 15? That's 5. So 2x plus 5 should be left in the parenthesis. What can I pull out over here? Let's see. It looks like I can pull out some quantity of 5 is what I'm looking like. So this is going to be, let's pull out a negative. So negative 5 times 2x plus 5. My parentheses match at this point, so I know I'm doing it right. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to rebuild, where I take one idea from the parentheses, and then I take both ideas that are outside of the parentheses to make their own set. Once we've done this, I'm done. If I want to check it, which checking it's always good, if you redo this, you're going to get negative 6x squared minus 25x minus 25. For your homework, you don't necessarily need to be checking it, but on a test, if you have a way to check an answer to see if you're right, you might as well do it. That's just smart test taking. Okay, so again, if you want to test this, you just do that F word, that FOIL word, and you put this back together, and you should get this. If you don't, you've done it wrong, and you need to re-examine your 5-step strategy here. I hope this was good for you guys. We might do this more often. Looking forward to your feedback and, yeah, just your feedback.